and you go away forever. There we go. Now I can do this. Okay, so imagine that we need to like add a color. So we need to add something. So in this case, it's the division size, right? We're gonna have a new component named division size, but we've already created multiple entities with components. So let's say we've added 4 entities so far. We've added 2 components, but now this one comes in for the 5th entity. So we registered that, and then we register this one, but now we have like this offset problem where we don't have the right number of them. So we need to, on registration, make sure that we have all of these set up and that they're set up with none. So I think what we can do is in BBECS, I don't necessarily think we need to do that entire register thing that I was like thinking about. I don't think we need to do register entity. No, register component. I think register entity is still fine. So we don't need to do this. Now register entity. Okay, so we take our entity count plus equals to 1. We do this. Okay, so with component. Okay, so if we can't find this component, we need to add it, right? Okay, so we add the component. And we're adding a bit mask. Oh, I wonder if it's the bit mask that's causing this problem. Because we add this new thing in here. We have to add all of these extra items here. And our bitmap, we do push a number here, so it becomes just 0 to begin with. Actually, no, this would be... Oh no, it'd be for each component, yeah. But because there's like another thing in here, did we add into the bitmap? Okay, so we add the new bitmask thing in here. So that should be fine. So out of curiosity, right before this crashes, I kind of want to print out a few things. So first of all, let's debug self.bitmap.length. Self.components.length. It's just, let's see, that's going to be the number of components, but not actually like the components themselves. Because components is, oh, that's just components. I don't necessarily have, oh no, it's this, the hash map, never mind. Our entity count should be up. Oh, maybe we can recreate this problem in a test. So let's derive debug struct. We'll do this as like the vision vision toggle, like display vision. And that's just going to be this marker. Yeah, I like the idea of doing this in a test. It'll be a little bit faster feedback for us. So let's recreate the problem to begin with. So we're going to have a test. I'm going to do a function. Let's see. This is going to be adding. It's like adding component later. Should not crash. Should work. All right, so we're going to start with creating new entities. And then we can just register our entities. Okay, so we'll give it, everything gets a size, and everything gets a location. And I think that's it. And we want to create a whole bunch of these. Let's do it twice. And then we have a third entity that's only going to get, I mean, it can't get these things. It can definitely get these. But it's also going to get display vision. Now this should run without crashing. But that works, okay. So it's the query, I'm guessing. So it's not adding, it's the query. So let query equals entities dot query so I should be able to do with component display vision only. That should run, right? Oh, it is new query, isn't it? Query. Okay, so we get that. Then, yeah, we can assert. We can do a basic assert to get just that. Like, hey, you get one thing in here, which would not be surprising. But if we make this 10, you're we don't need that. Okay, we just need the size. So we have 10, 11, and 12. Then we should be able to get this size out and verify that, like, hey, we know exactly what we want, what we're getting here. So let this is, let's see, our entity with this size. That's going to be a wrapped display vision entity equals, okay, this is going to be our query of, yeah, it should be 0. And then I think it's 0, 0, 0. Because that's going to be, okay, 0 is this one. It's like 1 down. And then the first thing that I want here is this size. So wrapped, actually, this is just the size. Then dot, I think we can just borrow. Then we can downcast. So it's gonna be our size, wrap size, downcast, ref. Okay, so that should be fine. And then we should be able to assert equal. That size 0 is 12. Okay. So you should. Okay, that should work. But okay, so now we get our failure. So okay, here we get our option unwrap on a none value. So let's actually move this into the edit area. We're gonna make it a little bit easier. Oh, you won't go there? Okay, fine. Entities, line 163. So at this point in time, okay, so this gives me a none here. So when I downcast this, and I tried to downcast it to a size, that failed. So we got a none of a sum. Now here, the first entity should be the size, and the first item in there should also be, because there's only going to be one item. So we can do maybe an assert before I do this. Let's do an assert equal that, maybe even right here. Assert equal that query of position 0 length is just 1. Oh, that's why I couldn't do real stuff with it. It's not a real terminal. Okay, hold on. Let's put this into editor area, and then we'll do a cargo test and test this specific function. Okay. So that passes. So there is only one thing in there. So I'm trying to get the size out. Now, are you there's only two things that it could be. A size or a display vision. So let's try display vision. And that's when you fail. Okay. Well, look at that. Self-dot. Okay, so the bitmap length is 1, and the component's length is... Okay, no, that's correct. We have... That seems to be right. Okay, so we're getting them in the wrong order. Basically, we're seeing... Because it's supposed to come in at the same order that we are expecting, that we asked them to with this with component. So if they're coming in the wrong order, why would that be? Now, out of curiosity, if I gave all of these other ones with component U, if I added U, U, so that everyone gets this with component display vision, you should be turn you off. Then this should work. No, it still doesn't work. It still is display vision. Oh, because I didn't query for size. Hold on. With component. So wait, let's do that. So we're requesting size in the query. Okay, so then that's working. Okay, so just back to only one of them having display vision, but we're looking for size and display vision together. Okay, so we should only get one of them, and we should get the one with size 12. So in the code where I'm having the problem, am I just doing it wrong? Like, did I just forget to do the things right? Let's see, what is it? This is visualize the vision range. Okay, so I'm querying. Okay, so world query with component location with component vision range. with component draw vision range. Okay, so I want all three of those things. So index. So let's first let's assert equal that. I guess we should just do assert. And then this is going to be that query of 0 length is equal to query of 1 dot length don't know if I can like do all those together. That would be pretty cool if I could, but I don't think I can. Can I say something like debug 1 is equal to 1 equal to 1? Yeah, I need to split the comparison into 2. So this is going to be equal to that. And sure, except that semicolon is the wrong position. Okay, so if I do this, and if for some reason we don't have a square result, then we have a problem. Let's go ahead and try running this. So this is ECS. Querying for a component that has not been registered. Okay, entities, line 77. So this is in run query. So expect, okay, so components, stuff.components get based upon the type ID. So that's interesting. It's not being registered. It's not being registered. Okay, so if it's not being registered, then that means it's not in the hash map, or it couldn't find it in the hash map because of reasons. So if this query is type ID, so we are querying for it. So that's in here, we're querying. And our error eventually comes back down to, well, I could do a full trace, but I'm very confident it's back to here. Because if I don't do this, if we don't do any of this, everything runs just fine, I believe. Right. Which is letting me know. Okay, so I need to get rid of you too. Let's get rid of this debug. I don't think it's really super helpful. Because they are the same. They're showing the same lengths. So that's good. Okay, so we do this query, and that's where we get this problem. And we don't even get to the assert because we error out before this. We do that because it hasn't been... Because there are no zombies there's nothing with a draw vision range in it yet. That's what our issue is. We're querying for it before it exists in the world. So if we run into this problem, how do we want to handle this? I'm thinking that it might be better for us to return a result, and then in this case we can handle that and just basically say, yeah, it's okay, it doesn't exist. Let's actually create some like real errors. Because then we can handle that. So I'm gonna do under source, we're gonna do new file. This is gonna be errors. All right, so in this specific case, what we're looking at here is component not found. And we need to derive an error for this, which I think is either in anyhow or it's in error. I can't remember. Okay, so it's in this error. Okay, so we're gonna use this error, which means we need to pull that in. So I think it's just error. Yeah. And then we're gonna derive, sure, we can derive debug, but also error. And then the other thing is we could just do this then. Error, invalid header. This is gonna be the display that happens for it. So how does that look again? That's just error. Looks like that. So in this case, I want to say component not found in component for entity not found. Now I don't have the name or type ID. Like I have the type ID, but I don't know if that's really helpful for us. Okay, so then we're gonna come back to selective duplicate. Hello, good morning. Come back into here and let's have this return a result. So just another thing to add on to here. Oh, did I not pull in? No, error's in here. Use error result. Okay, so instead of this expect, we're gonna need to handle this error. So let components equals, we can just match on this. So we have this sum and like the component. So we're just gonna return the components. However, if it's a none, we need to do an early return. And it's gonna be this error. And then I want to use the errors component not found. Like that. I am using error. I saw the same talk at the Rust conf, and so that's actually when I discovered it, and I just started using it, and I really liked it so far. Every once in a while I have to pull in like this error or anyhow, but for the most part it's exactly what I need. I think it's an into, right? Yeah, okay, so this is gonna give me this specific error out now. So then, okay, so now we have to just fix all of these, well, errors. So not you, don't need to fix you. You, we're doing this run query. You now need to return a result. I know I found like the behind the scenes stuff can be pretty nasty. So we're going to use error result. Use that, and then we just return that through. Very complex type here used. Okay, so that they want us to be, this is a query result, right? So this is a hub type query result equals this entire thing. Ref cell allows mutation, right? Whereas RC only counts the refs. Yeah, and that's why you almost always see ref cell with RC together. So the RC is counting the refs, and then the ref cell allows you to have just immutable access to it, because RC only gets you immutable access to the thing inside of it. But then ref cell is like, I know you have immutable access, but here's immutable access. Don't tell the RC. That's pretty much what's happening behind the scenes. Okay, so then, right, because now we're doing, so let's just return a result, which is, oh, we already have this. Okay, so result like that. I think we're already using error somewhere. So then when we do this query, new query with component, we run, and we can question mark, and we get this back. It looks like no mutation might be going on from the outside. Yeah, and so like what's happening is when you start using smart pointers like RC and refcell, you're moving a bunch of the safety checks into the runtime. So it's like when Rust says, hey, we don't have a runtime, or like we have zero cost abstractions, it's sort of like it's one of those like hint hint wink wink like they're not it's not literally there is no runtime. What it's supposed to be is that it's better or as good as the runtime that you could create yourself if you were, you know, the best programmer in the world, theoretically. I mean, that's the supposed how it works. So writing your own runtime for it using something like assembly or just C itself is not going to be helpful, unless there is a bug, in which case it would be. And that's the like now it is improving all the time, so any weird tricks you do to like make it faster will probably over time not work because language will improve. That works for every language too. Okay, so got you mismatch types. Okay, so now with you we do our query. Oh, run. We have you. Oh, you know what? Because at the end of this function now, we have to do that. Then with you, we have to do the same thing. Query with enter user result like that. We'll do the query question mark u, and then we can just do an OK. Now all of these things in here are upset, but we're already returning results, so this should be just simple to like just add a question mark in everywhere. Okay, no, just a bunch of warnings, no more errors. All right, so then what I want to do is I want to come back into this visualize. You also read that RC ref cells are not thread safe. Absolutely, that is very true. The runtime is not meant to be run in threads, but there is a smart pointer data structure that is thread safe, but that's like not the RC anymore. That's the arc. So if you go to arc and then you use a mutex, then you get full protection. But the idea is that the runtimes get more and more complex and therefore more and more expensive, the more thread safe you get. So you have like what? You have RC cell, and then RC ref cell, and then arc mutex. And like they're getting super expensive over time. Like, oh, sorry, they're getting more and more expensive depending upon which one you use. So you could just choose to use arc and mutexes everywhere, but as long as you don't need speed, you're fine. Here I am not doing anything multi-threaded. I have in the past though, and I did use an arcmutex, and it was fine. All right, what are we doing here? We are doing... Right, we're figuring out this query thing. So now I think what we can do is we're gonna do this query, but we're gonna have to match on here. So we're gonna match on run, fill our match arms. If we get okay, we're gonna get our results, and we're just gonna return the results. But if there's an error, we're just gonna return early because, well, it's there's a couple of things here. If it's an error, if it's an error, ECS errors component not found. Okay, so if it's you, then I just want to return early. However, if it's not that, then I do want to like actually just take this error and return error. Mismatch struct, suspected struct, error report, found the enum. Is it not wrapped in it? Can I just do this? No, I can't do that because it is this error. It is this error. Oh, I have to do a match inside of this. Oh, that's our problem. Okay. I don't know if there's a good way to do this. Because like if it's an error, and the error is the other thing. So it's supposed to be pattern matching, right? So like if it's an error, oh, I don't know if I can do this. Also, this is just a report. Can I debug this error? And then we're going to just panic. Then I don't need you yet. Need you soon. But okay, we're gonna run this, and I'm gonna see what that error is. Because I want to see like what exactly thing of the error it is. Okay, so here's this error. Errors component not found. Okay. So wait. This error is component not found, so it's part of that thing. So if error, I was really hoping that I could just do if error component not found in here, but I don't think I can. So we get this. Do I have to do like a double match in here? And basically like an if let yeah. This would be essentially BBECS errors component not found is equal to error. Then just return okay, like that. Otherwise, we need to return the error. Inspector report found an enum. Can I do an into for this? No, wait, can I do it the other way? An into on here. Yeah, we could try that. Except I can't get it to check that. So I get a report back, but how do I get like the original error out? What if okay. Do I really need that? Oh, I do. I do need this. Doesn't implement display. Oh, because this is the display thing. This implements a display for me behind the scenes. So you are a report. How can I get that out? Let's see, so now this has like the box with the dynamic dispatch error. Can I deref it to get that out? Oh, look at this. Returns true if E is the type held in the error object. Wolfie Dev, hello. Good morning. Root cause. Okay, I think actually root cause might be what we want to do, because we can then... It returns what this error is. So let's implement partial equal and wrong. I mostly did. I have to deploy it still. I've just I got some. So I have I know a a developer advocate at DigitalOcean, and so she gave me a $60 in credits to use there. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to set that up on DigitalOcean, and then I was thinking about like doing a collab if I could with her, but she's super busy right now. Like everything is super busy for them, which is not too surprising. They went public not too long ago, so I'm sure they've got like a ton of things that they're focusing on. I might just do it on my own, and then we'll just do some collaborations later if possible. Yeah, I know, but it's like $5 per month to get that going, so that's still a long time. Root cause, is that for when error propagates? That seems to be it's gonna give me back the error out again. I think. I could downcast. No, I don't. Downcasting would be a weird thing too. So let's see. It is a good chunk of time. That is a nice thing, yeah. So, okay, so we're gonna get this error out. So we're gonna match on you. So we get error, okay, and results. We just return those out. We get the error here, and then we have to then say, okay, so if error dot root cause is equal to BBCS errors component not found, then I want to return okay. It's okay. Otherwise, I want to return this error and just like continue going with it. Okay, so then let's dereference you. Oh, because it's a Dyn standard error. Developer advocates are really cool, so versatile. It's really interesting. I haven't talked to her very much about her experiences as being a developer advocate yet, so that might be like fun to have a discussion about. And if you have any questions about what it's like to be a developer advocate, send them my way, and then I can forward them on to her. So, time center error. So I need like to get the thing back. So root cause doesn't actually give me. I don't think root cause is what I want then. Because if I downcast, I need to downcast that. Oh, okay. Okay. We could just do the downcast then. Okay, let's try this. So let's do if let sum, and this is gonna be the. So this is gonna be the. I actually don't care what that is. So if this is gonna be equal to the error dot downcast ref. So this is gonna be the component, not errors. Component not found. Are you finding yours? No. Oh, okay. Fine. BPCS. errors, errors. Component not found. Then, okay, so in this case, return okay. Else, return the error. Propagate it further. What are you upset about? Expected type, found variant. Oh, I have to downcast it to that first? Oh. Oh. You can only be this one error right now, but that may not be always the case. So this is the BBECS error. Oh, this is gross. This is... So this is how I'm getting it out. I downcast it down to this, and then I can compare. So then... So like, okay, if you're a BBECS error, extract that out, give that to me. Once we have the BBECS error, then I can say if a dereferenced BBECS error is equal to component not found, this is a lovely piece of code here. However, I believe that this will work. Because now we're properly handling this. So then, at this point, I don't really need you. We can turn you all back on. So which means when we run this, now we see that visualization around this zombie. So, oh man, what is our problem? Our problem is we, that visualization is a component that doesn't exist at all until we start using it, right? And so therefore it's not in the list. So when we query for it, it's basically not finding it. And so it threw an error in BBCS. So now I'm returning a result with that error specifically in it, so that way we can like find out, hey, this is a problem. Love how it like eventually just escapes out of the world. That's cool. So how to make this not horrible? I can't question mark here. If I question mark, it immediately exits this function and, you know, bubbles up. I need to continue. Well, is that true? I guess. Do I want to handle this? So do I want to do this here? or one up, right? Because like exiting the function early because you couldn't find it is actually okay. Crashing the program is not. So I could bubble this up and yeah, but like I don't know if like the next one up would be like the main library. Should it be concerned about this? Probably not. Is there a way for me to refactor this to make it a little bit nicer looking? Okay, so we run our query. That returns a result. So we have this like. All right, so we might be able to do what you suggested and have like an. Well, the problem with an if-let is then I don't have access to like the else. I'd have to like then grab that. I don't know how to do that. Can the inner if else be replaced with a match? This one right here, right? Or this one? Probably. Let's see if we could do this. So if we do match. So let's try this. So we're gonna match on this. So then we have sum, right? Okay, so if it's something, then we get this BBECS error out of here. And we then want to do this at this location. If it's a none, we want to return now. Can I do matching in here? Can I essentially just do this? Because then this would be you then do a return here, and you'll be an okay like that, and you'll just be the none. Wait, not a none. You'll be an error with the error. So actually, I want wait, wrong one. Oh, hey, look at that. Okay. This seems to be working. No errors. Let's try you again. All right. So that helps a little bit. Thank you, selective duplicate. It's two nested matches, which is not great. I mean, it's not terrible anymore, but it's not good. there anything else I can do here? I don't know. And like this is pretty like nasty. So we're gonna write some documentation for this because this is not a cool thing. So basically we're gonna be draw a circle around any entities that have the visualize vision range component. Since the visualize vision range component is not always in existence, we need to handle the potential error by returning okay in the case that we can't find the in the case that ECS cannot find the visualize range component. Okay. I do think it needs more, but I don't know what more it needs right now. So this component is basically explaining like why I'm doing that. Because this may not exist at this point in time. Okay, so there's that. All right, so that's good. I think we have that set up now, which means we can now move on to the zombie moving around and killing people. Let's go ahead and get rid of some of our warnings. What do you mean you can't find entities? Oh, okay. Let's see, visualize range. Okay, so for right, this is what we were doing to experiment if we were doing this to like visualize. Oh, right, when we want to visualize the first human, we have to do this. So I think I can do this warn unused variables just right for this specific thing. Oh, wait, not warn, allow. We want to allow unused variables, but only for like this block, essentially. We don't need the context. Okay, all that stuff cleaned up. Oh, we have 3 spelling errors. Oh no, it's still this thing where it can't find the entities for some reason. Because you're in... Why are you still showing? Okay, so you are upset. Should implement default. Fine. Can I implement default like that? No. Because you don't... Oh, because of vector 2. Okay, so vector 2, you need to derive default. Okay. And then okay, and here, entities. Where are you? Complicated type, right? Yeah, okay, so we need to turn this into a more clean type. Now, I think we created one in just here, right? Where did I create the type? Not there. Not here. Oh, here it is. This query result. Okay, so then what I could do... Aren't you yelling at me anymore? Okay, run query. This is a query result. So what I could just do is query result. Here. Why do you always read ops as oops in your head? Well, because if you have an ops department, that's a big oops. Does that work? That's pretty bad. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're not going to use that. Oh my gosh, why are you yelling at me about doing that? Okay. Use error result. Okay. Rust Analyzer, I like you. You're a great friend and a pair programmer, and I really like this. But just a little nitpicky thing here. Don't tell me I'm not using this if I'm using it. I will restart you. Dang it, it's still yelling at me again. Okay, remove the whole use item. The problem, so if I don't have this, then obviously down here. Oh, it's in the test, that's why. Because, oh, so you know what I could do in here? We're just gonna move you in here. So in the mod test, we have this use super, use error result, like that. Okay, so that I get what it was trying to do now, but it wasn't. It still, like, it should have figured that out. I was using it in the parent, but because it was a mod inside the file, it like freaked out a little bit. Okay, so this is all good. We should be able to cargo run this, and we should have zombies. The compiler and yeah, it does. So then that works still. So now we can see this is zombies are going to be C in that distance. They're going to move towards a player. So that's going to be the next thing. Let's go ahead and do some commits here. So in Zombie Simulator, we are handling the possibility that a component doesn't exist before when querying for it. So that's what we did there. And then we have BBECS. And our big changes here were turning an error when component doesn't cannot be found. Yeah, I go back and forth. I've been using like a GUI client at work a lot, with the team. But like usually off stream or something else, I just I've been going back and forth. It was slow on my Linux system, so I usually use terminal for that. And I don't think I would use it if my like work hadn't like paid for it or everybody else isn't using it. But I want to stay consistent with them. I've been thinking about trying Git TUI, which is a Rust Git front end. And then I would only pretty much pull out Git Kraken for merges, probably like a merge complex, which it is actually pretty good for that. I like it. Let's see, and it has a good history like view as well. So let's see. Now we need to create a system where our zombie is going to move towards the other players. So what that means is we need, when we create the zombie, we're telling us to create the zombie there. So add zombie. Do I Javelin? Do I prefer Linux or Windows for development? In my opinion, so up until around a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, time is weird right now. So like, I would say that I would prefer Linux and Mac like greatly to development. But with the advent of WSL, and WSL has been improving so much so recently that at this point in time, I don't think it matters anymore. Just get whatever you want, and that there is a way to do like whatever kind of development you want out of it. The dream is to own a powerful enough machine, like where you can code and keep. Yeah, so I'm streaming on this machine, and I'm programming, and I'm running and like compiling Rust and running all this stuff on the same machine. I can't do that on like a notebook because it's just like OBS takes up way too many resources. What's the other thing? OBS takes up to Rust. Like when Rust is compiling, it's like crazy. I am not completely sure that the Windows 11 hardware compliant like requirements are going to be the same when it releases. I'm just gonna hold, but I always hold off on updating like for at least several updates anyways. So like, I don't know. I'm just like, I'm not holding my breath to when I'm gonna update, but I also don't think it's gonna be like this, you know. I think they're shooting themselves in the foot in some kind of like stupid marketing ploy, or like some other thing. I think they're like, I think they're doing something silly there in communication. It's hard to believe that they're that tone deaf. The other thing that I'm looking forward to that I heard is that they're going to be releasing Windows 365, which means that if you want to just have a Linux system, but every once in a while run Windows, you could just run Windows in a browser. Sort of like Office. You have a 1 gig CPU laptop. Yeah, that okay. I mean, how does that run Windows 10? I mean, these days it's like everything requires, like even Linux requires like really, really, really powerful computers if you're running desktop versions. If you're running servers, you're fine. Okay, so let's like prepare and like start figuring out what we're gonna do next time, which is gonna be this. We're going to like zombie attack humans, right? We're going to basically like stumble towards humans. Zombie move towards humans with our S. Oh, I should just call this zombie attraction. Zombie attraction. I like that. Okay. So rename you zombie attraction. Come on, what's the problem? It's just a zombie and it's attracted to you. Okay, so we need to, I don't know if we need to do any of that stuff. We're gonna impl zombie attraction. Oh, and you have an i3 only? Yeah. Oh, you need to learn about modules. So modules, like once you get used to them, are pretty simple. And are you familiar with how JavaScript, specifically Node.js, does modules? Because like then it's like really easy to like, it's almost like a one-to-one, sort of like mapping, just with different words, different keywords. So we'll take in self and we'll take in the world. And let's return a result. Okay, so once I have this, when we run you, we need to get the zombie out. Okay, so that means we need a marker component or just a zombie. We have this like draw vision range, but we need to actually just like have a marker component for a zombie. So we're gonna derive debug pubstruct zombie, and that's it. We don't need anything else in here because we're not going to use it for anything else. You're fine. gonna stop. We're gonna head to the add zombies, and we're gonna add in a with component. Zombie. There you go. So zombies have the component zombie. How strange, right? You've only a small project in Rust that has only one module. Yeah, it kind of makes sense knowing. Okay, so you know node modules. Perfect. Okay, so in node modules, the file system thing is pretty simple. We have basically, if you have index.js, and even if you have like an app.js, at the root level, if you run the command like node, then, oh, I guess like not node, but like if you have like a node like start or something like that, like node mon, it's gonna look for like index.js, right? So if we have a folder in here, and our folder is like maybe routes, let's say. And then inside of routes, if we have an index, and then we have a bunch of others, like maybe like users, maybe something like, maybe we have like some other resources, like, I don't know, games. If inside of app, let's do like, if inside of this app.js file, if we do require routes, typing, this is going to return the index for us. So that's what happens inside of Node.js, and everything that I can tell, this is a hold off from like the old school style like PHP, where you just have like an index dot like HTML, and like it just returns that by default if that's in the folder. Like that's what I think is going on here. It's just the default return if you have that file. So Rust follows the same idea, except it's mod. So if I have this folder here, or with systems, I can, in the main library, I just say, hey, I want to make systems available to the rest of my code here. And then it's gonna look through and say, okay, here's a mod. So I'm gonna pull that in. So it's then systems : and then whatever this is forwarded out to. So systems : zombie attraction : zombie attraction. That's how like and then you could just go as deep as you want with this. Like I can add more folders, and then it's just like continue to do like those mods all the way throughout. And that's what it is. Like mod is essentially just like index.rs. And so it's very, very, very similar to Node.js in that very specific way. And it makes organizing things really easily. Really easy. Okay, so what was I gonna do in here? In zombie attraction, so let's like write documentation for ourselves to remind ourselves like what we're gonna be doing next time. So the zombie, so like, okay, we're going to get the zombies in the world. And then so we're gonna get the zombies in the world, but then we're also gonna get the humans in the world. So basically get everything in the world. Get the zombies and humans, and then for each zombie, have it move towards the closest human that it can see. That's pretty much what it is. Mod restores all the modules so you have a single source of truth when pulling in dependencies. Exactly, yes. And if I need to like create a type in mod, it's just a Rust file, so I can put Rust code in there. There's no reason that I have to do it this way. And every once in a while you'll see that I do things like that. I don't know if I do that in this project. Yeah, I don't do that in this project, but like every once in a while I might like put a type or a trait in here that like everything in here is going to share. And so therefore it's, you know, a little bit easier. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do here. Get the zombies and humans, then for each zombie, have it move towards the closest human that it can see. And then that will probably be it. So, okay. With that, I am gonna have to take off though, because I have a meeting at 9 o'clock. And then like another one at 9:30 and another one like 11 and then like 1:30. Oh man, today is gonna be a meeting heavy day. A lot of staring at the screen. Oh, there's a new way to do it. Not that mod.rs is deprecated or anything, but since the 2018 edition, one doesn't need to use mod.rs. Oh, really? I guess like I'm old school. I'm behind the times. Is that in the book? Because like I think even the modern edition in the book still has that, right? Rust modules. So mod my, but then this is still just pub mod this. I did like mod lib and then create lib something. Yeah, no, I totally get where you're coming from, Epic Larg. I see that a lot too. And that's actually like a nice thing in Node.js. You don't have to do that index. You can, but you don't have to. You could just go straight to the file if you want to, which is actually really nice. So I guess the book is still showing the mod. You basically create a foo rs and then create a directory called foo with its submodules. Oh, like, wait. I would need to see how that works. Cause like if I'm in here, let's say I want to create like a new folder. So let's use this like this foo example, right? So if I'm gonna do foo, and inside of foo, I want not rename. I want new file. I'm gonna do foo.rs. It's like pub struct foo. There, just so it can see that. Now in the main library, I would do pub mod foo, right? So you can't find it. Create a foo.rs and foo directory in the same place. So basically you move foo mod.rs to foo.rs. Wait. So we also have a foo.rs here, but what if I foo modules goes here, and then out here we get foo.rs. Is that what it is? So then in foo.rs, we'd have like a pub mod foo modules. And that's basically how we get to foo. So foo modules. Then in here, okay, so I did that, and then in new here we're gonna do foo modules. Okay. Yeah, okay, that seems to work. So this is basically, this takes place of a mod, but it's like out here. I don't know how I feel about this. I like it's the 2018 way to do it. Is it going to change in 2021? I know that the 2021 version has been announced, and they're like beta testing it. Like, so you can look at it if you want. It's not too different. It basically changes from like move the mod outside, and that's the thing is that like I don't part of me likes it because, as you said, we don't have to have like all those mods around. The other part of me doesn't like it because we're polluting the file structure with things that I wanted to be like nicely encapsulated into folders. So I'll have to think about that for a bit. I'm gonna go ahead and not do this, do that, get rid of you, get rid of you. That's true. Modules often do start as a single file until you realize, hey, I need more of these. And then, yeah, then I guess you could just like create another folder from there instead of like all the renaming fun that ends up happening. That is very true. I wonder. We'll have to think about like experiment with different like ways to like not pollute the file system, but also like still have the power and flexibility of this. There might be some clever things we can do, like have our cake and eat it too. But that's neither gonna be here nor there. I am gonna take off now because it's time for me to get ready for work. Okay. Well, that makes sense, I suppose. Oh, hello, Zilby. Hi. Coming in for the end to say hi. All right, so everybody, I will be back tomorrow morning to continue working on this. Well, not a cat for very long. So yes, I'll be back tomorrow morning to continue working on this. It looks like we're gonna get our attraction system in. I'm super happy we fixed this bug. And yeah, we're getting close to the end of like the zombie part of the project, and I think then there's just gonna be cleanup and other little things to do. So with that, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you all next time. Bye.